Hey everybody, Keith Hilson at the Schmidt Music Trombone Shop, back with another video for you. And today I've got one of the fan favorites, an unboxing video. Specifically, we're doing an unboxing of a trombone that I have been waiting for and really excited to check out since it was announced, specifically the Yamaha YBL-835D. So this was the brand new bass trombone model that Yamaha announced at the NAMM show back in April here. And this was something they've been hinting at for a little while here, specifically doing some new design work on their bass trombones. Now, of course, their 822 and their 830 bass trombones, these have been, really what I would consider mainstays for a lot of players, for quite a long time, but they've not seen some development work in quite a while here. So I started hearing rumors a little bit more ago, that there was some design work, some development that they were looking to do. And so they came out with, like I said, announced at the NAMM show, the new 835 bass trombones with some really interesting features, including offering cut bells, and offering it both in yellow brass and gold brass, which is really, really exciting. So here today, I've got one of the 835Ds, yellow brass with cut bell here. So I am going to open this up here and we are going to take a first check at this. All right, so let's get her opened up here. One of the things I always appreciate about Yamaha is they do such a great job of packing in their boxes. And of course, in part, this is because, just like with their tenor trombones, they, as of yet, do not actually have a case to go along with their cut bell instrument. So here, of course, we can see we've got the hand slide here. Right at that, so it's a 562 hand slide. Looks like very, very standard yellow brass outer tubes with nickel silver crook here. So I'm going to pull this out, and then, of course, we're going to find the bell section. Good. And our handy dandy cleaning rod. Up, there we go, and there we have got our bell section here. So, couple of differences I'm noticing just right off the bat here, of course, is that we've got a little bit different rotor setup happening here. Obviously, it's still dual independent, but a little bit different design, a little bit different wrap on it. One of the features, of course, and we'll pull this out here so we can take a look, but I really appreciate is we've got a built-in rest bar, hand brace for this, which I appreciate. I think more and more people are starting to include with bass trombones now. It's become a staple, right? Every bass trombone player I know uses something like this, and I am appreciating manufacturers who are building some of these options in as well here. So let me go ahead and get the bell section pulled out here. I might actually see if I can take some of the wrapping off here right away. Like so many of the other YouTubers say, a little bit difficult to do one-handed. We'll do our best here. And of course, the bass trombone with all of the additional linkages and everything else, that makes it even a little bit more challenging. Perfect. And there we go. There's our bell section. So, like I mentioned right off the bat, a couple nice changes here. Oh, another thing that they talked about that I really appreciate is they've changed up how they do the paddle, the second valve paddle here as well. With the old Yamaha, the nickel silver, the connection here was kind of a square setup, so it gave you some lateral movement, but it did not give you any rotational movement. But with the new setup here, try to zoom in here. With the new setup, they've gone with a little bit more of a traditional, just, you know, round nickel silver on that. So it gives you a lot more adjustability with either the height or the rotation of the paddle, which I really, really appreciate. Perfect. Good. And then, of course, we can see the rest bar here right away. And we'll take a little more look. I like that design. I think there's a lot of really great stuff happening with that there. So, good. Let me go ahead and pull the hand slide out here so we can give this a little bit more of a look. Okay, so here we've got the trombone all put together here. So obviously a couple of other notes right off the bat. Of course, we have our cut bell here as well. We've talked a little bit about this with Yamaha's innovations with this, or at least kind of them joining the bandwagon, as it were. And I don't even know if I want to call it a bandwagon. I mean, this is just the direction that the trombone world, the industry, is going right now, what players are looking for. So I'm glad to see Yamaha being a part of that. And so like I said, I was going to mention a couple things here. So we've got our hand brace here. And I actually really like, so they've got the connection, the adjustment up on top here. So it's just kind of above the lever. I don't mind it. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I like the fact that it's got a couple of, you know, set screws here, so it's going to give you a little bit more lateral stability here. And I think it does give you obviously some rotational adjustment, as well as a little bit of, you know, adjustment side to side here as well. Couple other, you know, little things here. So one of the interesting things with this, they went with a gold brass tuning slide here. So you're getting, of course, that really nice, a little bit tonal combination of yellow brass with the gold brass tuning slide. Going to give you a little bit different configuration there. The hand slide setup is great. Obviously, it's Yamaha, so the hand slide felt fantastic right out of the box here as well. And with it, they include, of course, we've got the mouthpiece here, and so they include with it a 61 D4L. So this is that's a pretty deep mouthpiece. So really, that's a memory serve that's a little bit bigger than what they've included before here. So it's going to be like a Schilke 60, almost plus, fairly narrow rim. I mean, it's going to be a very much kind of a staple size mouthpiece. And then, of course, we've got our care kit here. One little note that I do appreciate is that they included the Allen wrench for adjusting the second valve paddle as well as the hand brace. So really, really nice touch there. But, of course, I think what I'm really excited about, and what everybody else is, I think, excited about, because I haven't seen much about it, is how does this play? So I'm going to grab a mouthpiece here and see what happens with this. So, what are my initial responses to the YBL-835D? I really like it. It does a lot of what I was really hoping that it was going to do. It feels to me resonant on a different level. And I've kind of said the same thing about the 891ZD cut bell that I played as well, where I feel like it brings a little bit different character than I've experienced with, you know, a lot of Yamahas in the past. There's a different life to it. I think it's incredibly even. What really struck me is going through 3 octaves. I mean, up to B flat above the staff, down to pedal. You know, and frankly, I'm not always, you know, I'm not a full-time bass trombonist, and I'm not always somebody who feels like they can have a lot of fluidity fluidity in that pedal register, trigger register. The 835 responded extremely well. Again, I thought it was very even in timbre all the way through. I felt like I had really great ease and control access moving in and out of the trigger register, which like I said, is not always something I experience. Now, for a lot of full-time bass trombonists, this is dual rotors, but to me, it doesn't feel too compact. Again, it sure feels like they've made some changes in the rotors, and obviously with some of the wrap as well. It feels very open down there. I feel like I have, responsiveness, but at the same time, I can open up a little bit on it as well, which I think was really, really fantastic. I love the color of it overall. Again, it felt extremely stable, and I felt like they was able to get some of that really nice bark out of it, but without it being just all edge and no tone. So very, very exciting stuff. I'm so glad that we've been able to bring this in. I'm extremely excited to see what the community's reaction to it is and where things go from here. So as always, I appreciate you watching the video. If you like this video, consider giving it a thumbs up. If you enjoy the channel, feel free to subscribe to it so that you can see more of the content we're trying to put out here. If you've already had a chance to try the 835 or maybe the Yamaha predecessors, whether it's the 830, the 822, or even going back from that, if you want to share those experiences, leave a comment on there. We'd love to have you as a part of our community. And of course, you can always find the Trombone Shop on Facebook and Instagram. As always, thanks for watching.